Go Cataracts. Indestructible lands, yay! My fair citizens, Sodium City, we have the Falling Sun. And this is going to be a mono-white land destruction deck, utilizing Approach of the Second Sun as the win condition. So, obviously, if it is mono-white land destruction, the only way you can do that is using Fall of the Thran. So when Fall of the Thran comes into play, destroy all lands. The next turn, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield, and then the next turn, same thing happens, return 2 lands from the graveyard to the battlefield. We do not want the opponents to be able to do this, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize Tormod's Crypt, which is a 0-mana artifact. You get to tap it, sacrifice, exile target player's graveyard. This is amazing with Fall of the Thran. We're going to destroy everybody's lands, and then we're going to exile their graveyard so that the next 2 parts of the saga, only we are the ones that are putting lands back into play. The other way that we kind of have an advantage in these cases is using Cascading Cataracts, which is an indestructible land. It does only tap for colorless, but it's still an indestructible land, so then when we throw down Fall of the Thran, it destroys all lands, but since we have indestructible lands, it is just some extra mana that we have available that the opponents don't have because they're probably not running indestructible lands. With the win con being Approach of the Second Sun, you do want to make sure that you have the mana advantage. So if you are going up against a control deck, you want to destroy everybody's lands and exile their graveyard just to kind of make them panic. Try to make them tap out as much as possible, trying to either draw cards, get more lands, or just really restabilize, because it can be very detrimental if you are able to resolve Fall of the Thran against a very heavy control deck that's running counterspells and stuff like that. So, Approach of the Second Sun, being able to cast that when they're unable to counter is the most important thing to do, because it specifically says if this counter was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. So the very first Approach of the Second Sun that you cast in a game, you don't really care about that. It can get countered. It doesn't really matter. Really doesn't matter because you're casting it. And again, Approach of the Second Sun, if this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun, it doesn't say and you've resolved a spell named Approach of the Second Sun. It's just cast. So now, in order for this, the second Approach of the Second one, to actually check the game to see if you've cast Approach of the Second Sun earlier on in the game, it has to resolve. So the second approach that you cast has to resolve. The second one cannot be countered. So that is the most important one that you have to make sure doesn't get countered. Currently, we're only running 3 Approach of the Second Suns. So if we're going against a very heavy control matchup, counter control matchup, it is very scary. You have to be very aware of how many you have left in your deck, because if you can't resolve a third one, it's going to be extremely difficult to come back and probably won't be able to win unless they mill themselves out. And for some additional fun, we ended up adding in Hour of Revelation. So Hour of Revelation, 6 mana sorcery, destroy all non-land permanents. This is just amazing in so many different ways, but again, it's all non-land permanents, including your own, so keep that in mind. But the spell costs 3 colorless less if there are 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield. So again, this is really good against artifact decks, creature decks that go wide. So it only ends up costing 3 white mana, which is so cheap. Now, of course, destroying all of our permanents is not usually good, but that's why we're also running the Skyclave Relic. So Skyclave Relic, 3 mana artifact with a kicker of 3, it's indestructible. Now, if you kick it for 3, it enters battlefield and it creates 2 copies of itself. So it ends up making 3 Skyclave Relics that tap for any mana. So this is very good in a couple different ways, because not only are they indestructible and will not die to Hour of Revelation, they also tap for mana. So when we cast Fall of the Thran, there's still mana available for us to use. I'm going to have to say the standout highlight mastermind of the deck is going to be Karn, Scion of Urza. So Karn is an amazing card, especially when you're using Approach of the Second Sun as the win condition. So Approach of the Second Sun, whenever you resolve it, you have to put it in your library 7th from the top. So Karn is just amazing with this because +1 is reveal the top 2 cards of your library. An opponent chooses one of them and puts that card into your hand and then exile the other one with the silver counter on it. And then you get to -1, put a card you own with the silver counter on it from exile in your hand. And then the -2, create a creature that we just don't really fucking care about that. So we're able to dig down into our library 2 cards every single turn with just Karn, plus we get to draw. So we get our draw step, and then we get the 2 cards from Karn, and then we get a draw step, 2 cards from Karn, and then the next card is Approach. So if everything goes right, it's just Approach 3 turns and then Approach, or Approach 2 turns and then Approach again, instead of it being 7 turns. So it's very, very good. Again, Karn seems to be a standout highlight of this deck. So if anything, I would definitely keep Karn in this deck. Everything else is pretty much just filler. It depends on what type of decks you're going up against. If it's a lot of aggro, you may have to change it around a bit. Against a lot of control, you'll probably have to take it out a bit. If we're going to take this into best of 3, you're going to have to tweak it to best of 3. But again, the main parts of the deck are going to be the Fall of the Thrans, the Tormod's Crypt, and the Approach of the Second Suns. And then I would say Karn, Scion of Urza. Very, very good standout card. And as for yesterday's common question of the day, I asked you, do you also have that bug where the opponent's head just spontaneously explodes? Are you able to reproduce the issue? What's your story behind when it happens? Here are your answers. And if you want your answers featured in these videos, make sure that you answer the comment question of the day every single day, 7 days a week in the comment section below. And if you want people to answer a question, ask that and maybe I'll feature it in these videos as well. Stay salty and enjoy the games. Are we predicting if I win or not? Yeah, basically. That's what the prediction shows. It's a 4x deck. Oh, I forgot to put in whatchamacallits. Can you cut some board wipes for Authority of Consuls? No, I can't. Because you can't have more than 4 Authority of the Consuls in a deck. Hasn't tried hard enough? I tried so hard. I tried harder than anyone else has ever tried ever. Well, that's... helps us a lot less. In fact, it doesn't really help us. Okay. Hour of Revelation would be sweet. Easy game. I just haven't decided if I want to follow the Thran yet. I think I do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Go Cataracts. Indestructible lands, yay! Oh shit. Where's your white 2-mana cleric that exiles the graveyard? I don't have it. I don't have any graveyard exile. It's really bad. I put this together in 20 seconds? And the Skyclave Relics, yeah, we need Crypts, for sure. So the Cataracts are indestructible, the Skyclave Relics are indestructible, so we have Hour of Revelation that blows up everything. We got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit. Just need like 5 turns. Is this deck Karuga? Not even close. Well, I guess it's kind of close. We have Authority of Consul and Birth of Meletis. I mean, sure. Why not? They have an extra one. No card draw? Also true. That's cute. I mean, you don't have any permanents. Okay, now you do. Mm-hmm. Yep. I almost shuffled my library. Almost. Almost. I was real fucking close. I was real fucking close. Like, this close. Woo. Ugh. No, I have to cast it from my hand the second time. Oh. Does it say that? Yes, yes it does. This spell is cast from your hand, and you've cast another spell, you win the game. Why not go sir? Because I have to cast it from my hand. I have to cast it from my hand. From my hand.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
From my hand. I have to cast from my hand. From my hand. Golos is not hand. Do you need to cast from your hand? I'm not actually sure. Let me check the text on the card. What does it say? If this spell was cast from your hand, and you've cast another spell named Approach to the second sun this game, you win. Golos. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost. So when you exile the top 3 cards of your library, does that put them into your hand? Is your exile part of your hand? If I have to school anyone, you know it's a stupid question. Kappa. So, yeah, I thought about actually adding in Gideon, Blackblade, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. If it's my turn doing the Gideon, and he can exile permanents, which is also kind of cool. Thought about that. I don't think I need 4 approaches, but it depends on how aggressively we want to actually win with approach. Do we just take out 4 Goloses? Golai? Goalie boys? Goalie bolies? See, I would think the other way. Without card draw, we want 4 approaches. Oh yeah, without card draw, I think we do want 4 approaches. Yeah, that's exactly what you said. Just kidding. Oh yeah, choose prediction, choose outcome. Hell yeah, we won. What can we actually do? No, nothing. Nothing. Do want Mazemind Tome, but I want to be able to exile their shit. Yeah, we can Orazca. My only problem with Orazca right now is that we don't have many permanents, so using it is kind of iffy. And since we have 4 Fall of the Thrans, we're going to keep destroying all of our permanents. And with our Revelation, we're going to be destroying everything outside of our Skyclave Relics. Treasure map over Mazemind Tome, that would work with the ramp. Would help with the card draw-ish. What up, Jess? Map is really good though. Shout out to Jess. How was your stream earlier? I wasn't able to stop in, I was working. Map over Birth. I would actually run Mazemind Tome over Birth for sure. But I kind of want the maybe run 3 and 2? Or 3 maps, 2 tomes? Maybe? I know a lot of people like Karn. I'm just not. I feel like it's too much. I just don't always. Rest in Peace fucking destroys us. We have no lands left. We have our Cataracts and that's it. No, I know a lot of people like Karn. I just have an issue with it being 4 mana and it taking another turn for it to do something. However, it does shut off all of their artifacts, which is nice against the mono brown decks. I just don't feel that it's good enough sometimes. Like if I really need, if I'm like, okay, if I get a Crypt off the top, we fucking win this game. That never happens. I would have to be like, okay, if I get a Karn and we can live another turn, then we can win the game. It's just that one extra turn, or if we have somehow 4 additional mana, then we can win. And I think a lot of times it's just too much. I don't like it. Forgot to eat dinner, now I'm eating cake. Girlfriend's gonna kill you when she finds out. Yeah, you gotta eat pie, not cake. Got him. You get it? Ha ha! Innuendos. But yeah, I find out that Karn, he's either there before you actually need something and you're not 100% sure what you need yet, or it's just like a turn too late, or you're kind of almost already ahead and you don't like need it yet, or it's just like you're behind, or you don't know what you need. It's just, I don't know. That's why you run Parhelion? Yeah. That's why you run 2 of them. Oh, I forgot to start a prediction. It's not a win more card though. It's like it's more of a control card. Like I would run the other 4 mana. I would run the Loincloth Karen more than the Naked Karen. I'm starting to really dislike Naked Karen more and more every time I use him. Loincloth Karen is like amazing. It would actually be really good in this deck with Approach of the Second Sun. Yeah, Parhelion with Naked Karen is hilarious. What up, Grixis Ghoul? Who is Naked Karen? You are. Shoutouts to Grixis School, by the way. I don't think I need to. Grixis School is an awesome streamer, by the way. He is another one of the up-and-comers. Another one of the up-and-comers. He never plays Grixis, don't let his name fool you. He's also alive, so he's not a ghoul either. He's an entire... He lives on a house of lies. So much, in fact, he lives in an apartment. One could say his pants are ablaze because of his lies. You... Alright. It's a little sad butt pluggy. Is the opponent taking a while, or am I just like really distracted by chat? I can't tell. Opponent sleeping? Oh, okay. I haven't been paying attention. I was like, I feel like I've played 1 card in the last 48 minutes. Can see the video. but I could see all you lovely people in chat. What up, Taco Tits? You are the loveliest person in chat, I'm sure of it. Wait, so you played a Grixis deck today? What Grixis deck did you play? Was it like the same Grixis deck that everyone plays, or? Did you do something spicy? No, it's my own build that I tune every third day. Trying it without Bolus 5. Good. Bolus 5 sucks dick. Doesn't even, yeah, it sucks all of the deck. Opponent's pretty lame. Yeah, I feel like this is taking a while. Yeah. Dick sucking isn't a bad thing. It is if they're not deep throating, right? They use teeth and shit. This stream just got dark for absolutely no reason. Let opponent watch Netflix in peace. Yes. I need a board wipe. Cool. I didn't want to blow up my authority of the console. No, we have 4 Approach of the Second Sons. All right, fuck off. Imagine if we could draw cards. If we had our Mazemind Tome or our treasure map, I would love to. I would love to. Aha! How can we approach the second son if we can't approach the first? We just approached the first, Gabe. All right? Why didn't we use Castle? I don't know. Why did I Wrath before I attacked? Yeah, he has 35 life. You think we're really gonna kill him? I mean, come on. That Wrath was so funny. This is a great Wrath. This is a quality Wrath. Our Revelation is so fucking good with Skyclave Relic, because you get to kick Skyclave Relic, so it gives you 3 permanents to make this even cheaper. And then they're indestructible on top of that. Oh my god. It's like it has synergy. I'm back. What we playing? We playing mono white Approach of the Second Sun. Please blow up their spear. I don't want to blow up my Thordia console. What if they have a hasty? Mono white Solitaire? It's not Solitaire. Should we report this person for being extremely slow? Well, they haven't, like, roped us. Yeah, they haven't used ropes yet. I gave them the sleepy butt plug, like... that one. Yeah, the resident sleeper butt plug. They've been doing the same exact thing since the beginning of the game, though, Kane. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to bust out the old rope wig. The old rope-a-dope. The old rope-a-dope. What happened? I didn't even get to start the AMA. I didn't even get to start the AMA. The wig OP. The rope wig canceled the rope opponent. And alright, well. Easy win. Easy win. Don't forget to follow me over at twitch.tv/StriderStone. I stream 5 days a week, every day except Monday and Thursday. Schedule in the description below. Seems fair. Well, that's a lot of historic decks, right? Yeah, having a turn 3 Wrath is super important. So maybe we do just have to go 4 Mind Stones. Yes, Crypt is better because Crypt costs 0. The draw is pointless. The only reason you would use the draw over the exile effect is if you're not exiling their graveyard. Like, why would you ever run Lantern in a deck that the combo is based on exiling their graveyard? It doesn't make any sense. Versatility? Alright, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. I don't see your point yet. Okay. So we have combo, right? Combo. Cool. Now this combo requires 2 things. Yeah, you said you see my point, but you still seem to have your same opinion. So our combo requires 2 cards. All right. We need land destruction. So we have LD, and then we have exile. So, with our powers combined, we win, right? So, what you're saying is, we take this card that exiles, be like, but we could draw a card with it, and then make our combo suck dick. But we can draw a card. That's kind of cool. There. Draw a peen. Too late. Against terms of service, I think. Straight lines, I know, right? Is this gonna be on exam? It is. No. We're doing it for the combo. It is for the combo, strictly for the combo. We do it so it's 0. We don't want it to get countered, is the main reason that we're doing it. So we always want to fall the Thran before we put out Tormod's Crypt. That's the main goal. Obviously, if they let Fall the Thran go through, they probably don't have a counterspell, but it's still a thing that could happen. We would just want to make sure that there is absolutely 0 instances in which case this gets countered, or this does not hit the battlefield. It just needs to always be there. Immortal Sun. Probably not great. If you draw 2 Crypts, it's a dead draw, but we have 4 Fall of the Thrans. So if we draw 2 Crypts, just wait for a Fall of the Thran, right? Yes, but if we blow up every land, then nobody has mana to cast anything. So if we float a mana to cast a lantern, they can float their mana to cast a counterspell. So what we do is we go to the next phase so that all the floating mana disappears, right? We on the same page yet? Or am I just stupid? I could definitely be stupid in this conversation. It's definitely possible. Gideon cannot block. He's only a creature on your turn. You don't know why we have Follow the Thran? How dare you? How dare... Yeah, they would counter Follow the Thran, most likely. Play the Lantern long before Thran. It doesn't matter because no deck in Historic Graveyard uses counterspells. Like, cut this. Deck is dead. Anyway, I didn't mean to start a fire. I was just suggesting stuff. I know. I've had the discussion a lot with people. It's just that Tormod's Crypt is better. It's just a better card in general. And I will not... I don't know if anyone can really convince me otherwise. The situations I've been in, like, I see what you're saying. However, the chances of your situation coming up and the situation of me needing to get this out of my hand for 0 mana is way more prevalent. Now let's see what this does. Yeah, they would just counterfall. Deck C opponent playing? No idea.
Fuck knows.
If he makes me discard another card... Alright. Whatever. We'll go with it. Yep. Zombies. The zombos.
Bitch, I'm scared.
One, two, three, four, five, six. One more land, and don't discard me, bro. Fuck me in the dick. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't do it.
Bruh.
Rage. It's not a zombie. That's six or five others, right? You need 6 total? Yeah. No. Like, no. Absolutely not. Yeah. Might just draw a card of this. Awesome. It's their draw engine. I think I have to get rid of that. Stick seems extra bad. Naturally. Any other approach. See, here's the cases where I need those Mazemind Tomes, or the maps. It's not healthy. Look, the Dreadhorde bitch. It's a good card. Yeah, I love Mazemind Tome. Use Dawn of Hope. When we're Fall of Thranning 4 times, Dawn of Hope becomes significantly less viable. I'm only keeping this in my hand because if he has another card that makes me just discard a card. Well, that's bad. All right, we're back in it. Big fall deck and ban it using Heroic Intervention. We've done it with Selesnya doing, with the win condition being Sylvan Awakening, which is fun. It's just unfortunately not very consistent. Still keeping that. Still keeping that. You have any white castles? I do. I have 2 of them. I guess I could go up to 4. There's no real reason not to have 4, right? Since it's a mono white deck. Alright, we might be able to stall. Well, I should have played that, right? I should have played that. 'Cause you can't do anything with this. 6 mana? It's 1, 2, 3. And if he top decks another land... We still have 4 more turns, though. That's bad. That's bad. Oh my god. Am I dead? If he has crows, I'm dead. No, not quite. Now we're fine. Everything's fine.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, alright, we can't. We cannot not have card draw. It is usually pretty quick, but it could take up to 2 weeks, but in reality, it takes about a month or two. Takes about a month or two. As much as I love Mindstone, I think we need Mazemind Tome. I don't think there's any way around it. Anything we could get rid of one of those and one of those. No, closer to like 4 to 6 weeks. Closer to 4 or 6 weeks. All right. Hey, we go first this time. Easy. Red? I don't like it. I was gonna put a Mazemind Tome, but I saw a mountain. Ah, fuck. I got jebaited. I got jebaited. Oh, that's fine. Fuck your haste, bitch! Don't nobody care about your haste? Nobody cares about your haste. It's 2 spells. Cool. Alright, scry once. No. Okay. Sure. Just in case. I mean, I don't have discard. Maybe we get something. No, we don't. Also, why does the castle sound like a goose? I don't know. Actually, I never noticed it. Nice. Well, they get both their phoenixes. Gross. Sure. Sure. Quite the hand you have. I know. I didn't want to play that third one. That was rude. That was super rude. Two games in a row now. It would have been better. You're missing a part where it comes down and exiles something? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'll put it in. Token will save us? It will. Sad panda. I feel like that means they have a counterspell. Ionize is 3 mana. But yeah. The second one has to resolve. The first one doesn't have to resolve. The second one has to resolve. No. You have to resolve the second one. Not holding up a counter like a bitch. So the stat breakdown for the Falling Sun, after all the changes, ended up going 16 and 11, which is way better than a mono white land destruction deck had any business going. So I was very proud of this deck. It was super fun. I did enjoy it quite a lot. I feel like the biggest issue that the deck had was the mono brown matchup, the heavy artifacts with Ugin, Ulamog. It was mainly just getting around Ulamog. If Ulamog was able to come out on early turn 4 or turn 5, which was pretty much every single game we lost against them, if they targeted the lands, there just wasn't anything we could do about it. We do have the Settle the Wreckage to deal with it, but usually at the second one, we just didn't have the answers to it. There were a couple times where we were able to resolve an Hour of Revelation, and they were still able to just repopulate the board a turn or two right after, and we still ended up losing the game. It's a very, very rough matchup, but it is winnable. I think you would have to go back up to 4 Hour of Revelations, because those were the times that we won to, is when we had 4 Hour of Revelations instead of just 3. Outside of that, we went up against Orzhov Aristocrats twice, and we kind of just got rocked by them. I don't know why, but it was not our matchup to have, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. And then, of course, Dimir Rogues, a lot of decks have problems with it. We just weren't able to resolve the spells that we needed to in order to come back. And of course, the deck is relatively slow. They don't really thrive on many lands. They only need like 1 or 2 and they're perfectly fine. So using Follow the Thran and Tormod's Crypt doesn't do a whole lot. If you are going up against rogues with this deck though, use Tormod's Crypt to exile your own graveyard in order to make their counter spells less effective and also reduce the power of their rogues. So that is some 5-head level shit that you can do, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's a pretty bad matchup. They do beat a lot of decks though, so you will always have to keep that in mind. Outside of that, it's too small of a sample size to really say, but it's a super fun deck. I liked it a lot. If you have the wild cards, build it out for sure. Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, we going here, Strider. Come on. You didn't really think that I was that type of person, did you? Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you were even a little bit entertained by this video, please make sure to let me know down below. And if you have anything that you would like to see next, go ahead and leave that there too. And make sure to check out my live stream 5 days a week, every day except Sunday and Thursday. Stream times down below.